Hey, what's going on? Hey, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know we've re-released our song, My Second Chance. Well, this is for our producer and engineer and songwriting friends and those that are recording their own music. Hey, we're going to take a look at the mix that I did over 12 years ago and compare it to the one that I just did. It's quite comical, a little bit embarrassing myself, looking at these two mixes put together and what I've learned in the last 10 or 15 years. But hey, I want to invite you. We're probably going to break this video down into two sections. Probably kind of review what I did back then and kind of what I did here recently on the new version, and I'm going to leave both of the links to both versions of the song so you can listen to them in their entirety and kind of compare them and see how they sound different. And I hope that this is going to shorten your learning curve some if you're writing and producing and recording your own music. And if you've been doing it for a while, you'll probably get a few good laughs. I know that I did. Hey, let's dig right in. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Ray with Second Chance Rising, and this is the channel that's more than just about our music and our ministry, but it's also about helping you become a better songwriter, better producer, better at mixing and recording. And I hope that you're going to get a little something out of this video. If any of that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hey, so let's take a look at what we've got going on here. So this is a song, My Second Chance. It's a pretty simple song. I'll show you a little bit about the how it starts out. It's just pretty simple, just an acoustic guitar and a vocal. So the first thing I can hear just about EQ, and it's pretty muddy, not very bright, not really standing out. Probably sounds really boomy in a car if you're checking those mixes on that. But let's take a look about what we've got going on here. You can see early on I do have my drums in a folder. I'm using Studio One version. Back then I was probably using Artist, or maybe even maybe version 4, something like this. This was probably recorded about 14 years ago, I think it was. The original, and then we released it in 2014. So just one kick, one snare, toms, right overhead and left overhead. I want you to make a note of that. I do that a little different now. No kick out, no room mics, no samples. So just a really basic drum production. Don't have any of the acoustics or anything else in the folder. I only have 2 acoustic guitars on this track. And looking down here, I don't even have them panned very much. I've got the left one panned about 54% to the left, and the right only 11%. Got no idea while I was doing that. I think why I did that, I think my overall mix was a little heavy on one side, and I went back in the individual tracks and tried to balance the overall left and right out for the overall song, which was obviously not the right way to do it. But I think that's why I was doing that, taking that approach. So only 2 acoustic guitars. Here I'll solo this out. I think that's just a little harmonic. I did get fancy and got a little automation in. I'm not sure if you're hearing that on headphones or what you're listening to this on, but you can hear the automation I've got. And then here, a little bit of acoustic guitar, a little lead lick. With that same automation in, which I think that's a little too much. I think I left that out in this next production. So 2 acoustic tracks basically through the whole song. Not much variation between the verse or the chorus. So not much going on there. And look at this vocal, y'all. 1 vocal track, and then I double it up on the choruses. So pretty unheard of. The vocal, let's listen a little of the vocal.
I'm gonna cherish every moment. Gonna live out all.
So one of the things I first noticed is the vocal is actually it's pretty muddy too. It doesn't stand out. It's not sitting too far into the mix, in my opinion. Maybe a little low too on volume, even before the drums and anything else really gets kicked in here. Let's take a look at what else we've got going on here. Got 2 bass tracks for some reason. I don't know if I did a poor job comping, or maybe I didn't even know how to do it at that time on the same track, but I've got, looks like here for some reason it's got the bass on the first part and another track on the bass on the second part. And then we've got one piano part here. So just pretty simple piano part. And then I have the shaker come in through the whole song here, which, you know, typically on the new production you'll see I do that a lot different now. So all together, you know, there's probably with the bus channels and all, there might be 30 tracks. 1, 2. You know, not very many tracks, less than 30 tracks for this whole production. I'll let you listen to a little bit of the transitions.
I've been leaning on you, Jesus.
So you can see on this production, it's pretty simple: piano, acoustic, vocal, but even that you can make sound a lot better than this, and we'll show you that. The verse leading out of the verse.
I've been leaning on you, Jesus. Didn't find you at first glance.
So you can see, you know, the mix is not very well. Let me see what kind of plugins we've got going on here. Let's open this up. A little something going on, compressors, EQ, even a gates. I even got the gates on all the drum tracks here now. Acoustic, so just about everything has a has EQ and stuff on it. Let me see. Do I have any bus tracks? Where are my bus tracks? Got one bus channel. So it looks like instead of even using bus tracks, doesn't even look like I used one bus track right here for the vocals. So I had all those massive tracks of vocals, the one lead vocal and let's see, 2 background vocals. Don't even have the background vocals pan left and right. Everything's just straight up the center. You know, I guess that's a little embarrassing in some points, but you know something? I'm proud of this mix. And the reason why I'm proud of it is because I did it. I got it done. And if you don't do your first one, you won't know what to do better on your next one. And I feel like ever since this first one, I think we've got 6, just for our Second Chance Rising band, I've produced, and we've recorded, I think, 6 CDs now. So I think each one of them has gotten better over the years. But if you don't start somewhere, if you're scared to do it, or you wait till you know everything and you try to get it all right, you'll never learn. So if you're a beginner, I hope that you're seeing some value in this video of what I did and where we're going to take this song to. So you just got to get started. You know, you probably heard some of that before, but if you don't get started, you're never going to get better. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 here. This is a little bit of an embarrassing mix of kind of what not to do. But, you know, all in all, I'm proud of that mix because we got it done and we got it released. And, you know, I kept trying to make things perfect and we kept delaying the release of it. And really, if you don't ever get that first one under your belt and release that music and get it going and start getting into the practice of honing your craft, some people never do. They never release their first one. So I hope you get a little bit of something out of that. Hey, we're going to put the link to both songs, the new and the old version, down in the description so you can compare them at length. Part 2 is going to drop next week, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button so you don't miss it. Hey, we love you and God loves you. Keep looking up. We'll see you next week.